Hello, hello, and welcome. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Jay, and I am your StriveScan facilitator for this evening. We have 6 amazing schools who are here to give you a 6-minute presentation and give you just enough information to want to know more. So this is the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. So many words. I'm going to go ahead and go over a few housekeeping items and then pass it on over to our presenters. So you may see a Q&A button that's either at the top or the bottom of your screen. That's where you can ask questions to our presenters at any time. I just ask that you put the specific school you have a question for so they know to get back to you as soon as they can. Just so you know, your camera and audio, all of that is off. So you can see and hear us, but we cannot see and hear you. Also, this is just one of many sessions that are happening. So if you want to register for more classes or more sessions, tomorrow you can definitely do so. Also, this presentation is being recorded. So within about 1 week, you can absolutely follow up on our website at strivescan.com/Missouri to find the recording for this presentation in case you need to find out more, follow up, need more contact information, and all that good stuff. Now I'm gonna stop talking, stop sharing my screen, and bring up our first presenter here with Nebraska Wesleyan. Come on up.
Hey everybody, thanks Jay. My name is Jackie and I am an admissions counselor at Nebraska Wesleyan University. I work with students from Missouri, so I'm really happy that you guys are all here. I'm just going to pull up my PowerPoint and we'll get started here. Awesome. So Nebraska Wesleyan, we are located in Lincoln, Nebraska, which is the capital city of Nebraska. We are just shy of 300,000 people, so we're a pretty decent sized city. We are a Big Ten college town, as we are also here in the same town as the University of Nebraska, just down the road. So it's a really, really fun atmosphere with all that going on here in the city of Lincoln. We are also the heart of the Silicon Prairie, which is kind of a nickname that we have here in the Midwest. And that just means that we have a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities, kind of a play on words, similar to Silicon Valley, where Apple and Google are located. And here in Lincoln, a fun fact is that we actually are the headquarters for the Hudl company. So we have the Hudl headquarters downtown, and we just have tons of opportunities for students that are going into many, many different disciplines: business, healthcare, tons of different education, you name it. We've got a lot of different opportunities for you outside the classroom. We're also the happiest city and the healthiest city in the country, according to Gallup and Daily Finance. And as far as the school here at Nebraska Wesleyan, we are a smaller college located here in Lincoln. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, but we also have tons going on our campus despite being a little bit smaller of a school. We've got over 90 different student groups and activities that you can participate in, 132 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs. And we are also in the top 10% in US News and World Report's regional universities. And our total student body is about 1,700 students for undergraduate. And we also do have some graduate programs. So personal attention is very important to us. Like I said, we're a little bit of a smaller school. 16 students is typically our average class size. All of our classes are taught by professors, not graduate assistants. And your professor actually will serve as your personal academic advisor. So they will be the ones that will be signing you up for classes. We do also have a 4-year graduation commitment to each student. So there's no issues graduating on time in 4 years, which also makes it more affordable to graduate in 4 years and not have to go extra, 5 years or 6 years for school for undergrad. So all of our students do receive financial aid. We do give over $15 million in aid distributed, and we also have personal financial aid consultations as well as customized financial aid plans for each student. So all of our financial aid awards are primarily based on academics. And this is just kind of a brief little run through of how we do our breakdowns for scholarships. And so you can kind of look on here, see where you might fall with your GPA or test score, but don't worry if you don't have a GPA above a 3.25. We do have a holistic review process. So that doesn't mean that you won't get in, but this is just, kind of our little chart that we go by typically for scholarships. And so every student automatically that gets admitted will get our Nebraska Strong Grant at a minimum, which is $15,000 per year. So we do have some very good academic scholarships here. And then as far as experiences go, you really can experience it all here at Nebraska Wesleyan. All of our students complete something called experiential learning, which you have to do 2 of 4 things that are outlined here in terms of internships, research, study abroad, or service learning. So again, being in a bigger city like Lincoln, but yet a smaller campus, you get lots of one-on-one opportunities. Your professors are always going to help you find the best internships, provide you with research, within your very first year on campus. We do have a really good study abroad program. Our students study abroad at 33% times the national average. And then we also have service learning where you can get involved in the community. And aside from all those different clubs you can be involved in, we do have over 40 different plays and musicals. We have one of the top theater programs and music programs in the country, along with different vocal and instrumental groups. We've got a very healthy Greek life with 6 fraternities and sororities, and we also have 21 varsity athletic teams in the NCAA Division III, and we are members of the American Rivers Conference. So what's next? If you guys have questions, please reach out to me. Here's my contact information. Again, my name is Jackie. That's my cell phone number and my email. So I would love to hear from you guys as you begin your college search. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Really appreciate that there. We're going to move right along to our second presenter with Highland Community College. Come on up, Taylor.
All right. Thank you very much. I will also get my PowerPoint up. Just one moment, please. All right, very good. So my name is Taylor, and I'm the admissions representative here at Highland Community College. So I am going to be talking with you today about our main campus, specifically here in Highland. We do have other locations that you can see here on our map that offer in-person classes, technical classes, and then we have a hybrid of both online in person. So I'll talk about those a little bit later, but do know that my main focus today is going to be our main campus in Highland, Kansas. So we are a community college, so a little bit different than some of the other schools we're going to hear from tonight. We are a 2-year college, so you would come to a community college to get your associate's degree. And then a lot of students will either transfer on to a 4-year to finish in 2 more years to get their bachelor's. Or we do have a lot of students as well who come and get their associate's degree and then enter the workforce. So it is very flexible, but we are the first college in Kansas, founded in 1858, and we are the home of the Scotties. So the Scotty Dogs is our mascot. You can see by the numbers here up on the screen, our male to female ratio. 80% of our students do have a scholarship, whether that be athletic, academic, or foundation, and I will touch on those a little bit more here in just a bit. Our average class size is 14 students, and our student to teacher ratio is 10-1. So we are up in the northeast corner. We are a rural community, so we are a smaller campus. We here on our main campus, we have about 500 students, and about 450 of those students do live in campus housing. So you can see here our cost comparison. So kind of like I said, we are just a 2-year institution. So you can see on this chart how our prices may compare to a 4-year. So not to take away from any of these wonderful schools, I actually transferred on to go to one of these 4-year institutions, and they are so wonderful. But for some students, a 2-year is a great place to start because of those smaller class sizes and because of affordability. So this is a cost breakdown here. So we do not have any out-of-state tuition. All of our students pay the same rate. So you can see here on our Highland campus, our tuition is $55 per credit hour. I do like to point out that our online classes are also $55 per credit hour. So that means you could take an online classes from wherever you are across the country, and you would still pay that rate of $55. Next is our scholarship. So like I said earlier, about 80% of our students here on our Highland campus do have a scholarship. So first and foremost, our academic scholarships are going to be listed over there on the left side of the screen. So these academic scholarships do cover the entire cost of tuition and books. Do keep in mind as well that this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be majoring in any of these areas. Some of our students do choose to do this more as an interest area. So perhaps our theater program, you may be someone who's really passionate about theater. It may not be what you're majoring in. Maybe you're going to major in business, but you love theater and that's what you want to accept your scholarship in. So you could have your scholarship in theater, but still be taking classes to work towards that business degree. So do keep that in mind. We have a lot of different options for our students. You can also see our athletic scholarships listed here, which then brings me into our different athletics teams. So we, of course, have athletics here on our main campus. We are a part of the Jayhawk Conference. It's a very competitive conference. And this year, we just added women's soccer. So we're very excited about that. This will be the first season our girls get to play. So that's just a new and exciting thing we've added here to Highland this year. Next, I'd like to touch on housing because our housing is a little different than some other campuses. So all of our housing is considered apartment style. So kitchen, living room, and bathroom in each of those dorms that you only share with your roommates. Any of those apartments may have 4 or 6 occupants, and you can have your own room if you prefer. They also all come completely furnished. Student life activities, of course, here on campus, lots of fun things always to do. We actually have a director of student life, and his entire job is to create very fun things for students to do. You can see even in the pictures, we have lots of food eating contests, but all of our students love coming to these. Grocery bingo, we have food trucks, tailgates for our students before games. Lots of fun things always happening. Also, our clubs and organizations, we always encourage our students to get in as involved in as many things as possible, because when you do transfer on, all of these things look wonderful on your application, on your scholarship applications, and they really set you up for success wherever your next step is going to be. We also do have our technical programs, both 1- and 2-year programs. So if you are someone who does better learning hands-on, a technical program would be for you. And of course, online, like I said earlier, you could be taking these online classes from anywhere across the country, and you pay that $55 tuition rate. So even if you would attend another college, you could supplement with some of these online classes. So keep us in mind if that's something that you are needing to do. And lastly, what's next? Here's my contact information, and you can, of course, hit me up in the Q&A as well if needed. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Taylor. Really appreciate that there. We're going to move along to our third presenter with Baker University. Go ahead and take it away for us.
Awesome. Thanks. All right. So we at Baker just want to kind of chat with you a little bit about academics and outcomes, communities, and financial aid. But before we go into that, I'm Emma, and I am the admission counselor for the state of Missouri. So I will be the person who you get to work with through your college search process. So couple things about Baker. I love going right after Highland, because Highland has the pleasure of being the first college in the state of Kansas, and Baker has the distinction of being the first university founded in the state of Kansas, something that we're pretty proud of. We have a couple things that make Baker unique or different from some of the other universities in Kansas and in the area. So 30 majors, 40 minors, unlimited options. You can really make a lot out of your student experience through your course of study and your classes, but a lot of your college experience is going to be what happens outside of the classroom. So one thing that we're pretty excited about is we have this course called Interterm, where we get to combine kind of an in-class and academic experience with something that's a little bit more fun. Interterm courses occur in the interim. So between your fall and spring semester, it's a 3-week class. And our faculty really get to have fun with these classes. So one of our psychology professors is really into cheese. So she taught a class on cheese one year. And that sounds a little bit, I mean, I have to make the joke, it sounds a little cheesy, but in fact, you get to learn about chemistry, you get to learn about culture and different areas. Why do different countries have different cheeses? And it's not really something that I ever thought of in an academic sense, but the students really got into the class. And in the end, you got to make your favorite kind of cheese that you learned about. The Baker Core is our general education program, and the Baker Core is pretty exciting. It's a critical thinking program, and so we really emphasize critical thinking and information literacy for our students. And then I have PAR-Mentors listed on here. PAR-Mentors is a mentoring program that we have. So our alumni come back and really work with our students to prepare you for the next step. So we want to add some value to the 4 years while you're in college. And a lot of that is building your network and helping you get to whatever it is that you're going to do in your future. According to US News and World Report, Baker University is the top ranked private institution in the state of Kansas, something that we're pretty proud of. And another thing that we're pretty proud of is that Baker grads earn higher average salaries than other Kansas grads. So what that really means for us is that we feel like there is some value added while you're in school, and 10 years after graduation, we have reports that our grads are earning higher salaries. Pretty good stuff. How do we do that though? So a lot of it is through having a focus on critical thinking, but also we really focus on our student to faculty ratio and having that one-on-one interaction, having your professors be the ones who teach the classes and advise you on kind of next steps. So that looks like, really high acceptance rates into medical school and vet programs and whatever it is that you're really looking at as your next step. We also do that through building communities. So here you see our women's basketball team. I love this photo because right next to number 34 is our university president in her orange dress. And somehow we caught her with her hand in the air. It looks like she's praying. It's a pretty cool shot. But this was at the national championship. The women's basketball team played for the national championship in 2016. And yeah, so building community through athletics and also clubs and organizations. So most of our students are involved in multiple clubs and organizations throughout their experience, more than 75 clubs and organizations on campus, but that number is not limited. This year we have a freshman who is really into hammocking and thinks that hammocking is a stress reliever and wants to take advantage of our beautiful campus, and got approved through the Student Senate to have a hammocking club. And they recently purchased some hammocks, and you can check out a hammock and go chill on campus with your friends studying in the trees. Another way that we build community is through being a residential campus. So we also have, on-campus dorms, we have on-campus apartments, and a lot of our students live in Greek facilities, so a fraternity or sorority, but all of our students live on campus, so in one of those options. And we feel really strongly that having the opportunity to live together, go to school together, be on teams together, be in clubs together, helps you build your network and also really helps you through your experience. Scholarships are very important. Happy to talk to you specifically about what those would look like, but want to get my contact information up here for you. Again, I'm Emma, and this is my cell phone number, so you can reach out or shoot me an email at emma.carter@bakeru.edu.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emma. Really appreciate that information there. We are halfway through our evening and going to move right along to the second half with Missouri Western State University. Come on up.
Hi, thank you, Jay. All right, let's get our screen started here. Share. I'm not sure if you can see me yet. Oh, let's move that. All right, we're ready to go. Missouri Western State University. We're located in St. Joseph, Missouri. And our tagline is "Together we succeed." And what that basically means is that your success is our success. We were founded in 1915 when we were St. Joseph's Junior College. Our undergrad enrollment full-time is 4,000. And then when you add our part-time enrollment, which is our part-time students, the majority of them are local and non-traditional, we are at 5,000 total. We have 89% of our courses have 30 or fewer students. Your largest class might be a freshman class, like a biology lab, a psychology course, a course that all freshmen take, that's about 50 to 60 students. We have 70+ major minor programs, and then 90% of our incoming freshmen receive grants and scholarships. We have the Center for Service, which offers free and unlimited tutoring in any, Center for Service offers, give students the opportunity to earn free credits towards their degree. So three credits is equivalent to about 120 service hours in the Center for Service. There we go. All right. And then all of your classes are taught by a professor. So there are no TAs, no grad assistants, and your professor is also your academic advisor. We're a Teaching First Institute. Faculty do conduct research here at Missouri Western, but their primary role is to teach and to provide a quality undergraduate education for our students. Our student-teacher ratio is 17:1. Now we have Gold Star Fridays. There are no Friday classes at Missouri Western. Students are in class Monday through Thursday. We are wanting to provide a more flexible schedule for our students. So Fridays, campus is still open. Faculty and staff are on campus. Students are encouraged to engage in internships, research opportunities, community service, meet with your professors, tutor if you need to study, travel, what have you, whatever a student decides to do on those Fridays. Missouri Western is Missouri's official applied learning university, and applied learning means hands-on learning. So regardless of your major, you work in your field before you graduate. For example, if your major is education, you will work in an accredited school district. You'll know if the classroom's a good fit for you well before you graduate. If your major is criminal justice, you're going to work in a police academy or a police department, sorry, or a law office. So you'll know if that's a good fit for you. I will not read this, but basically what it's saying is that we are AB credit friendly, IB credit friendly, AP credit friendly, dual credit friendly. So if you have credits from other colleges or universities, they will transfer here to Missouri Western. Just have those transcripts sent to us directly from that university. We have 70+ majors and minors. And so if you're not sure what you want to major in, there's no pressure. You have plenty of time to choose that major. Our academic advisors have a tool. It's a focus tool designed to help you find a major that's a good fit for you. We don't want you to go to class or go back home. We don't want you to go to class and then go home and then go back to your residence hall. We want you to get involved, get active. Research shows that students who are involved in student organizations graduate in 4 to 5 years. So get involved. We have 90+ student organizations at Missouri Western, 20+ intramural sports. And this is just a short list. If there's something you're interested in that we don't have, you just need 5 friends and a faculty sponsor, and you can start your own organization. Sports, we're NCAA Division II school. We're members of the MIAA conference. Here's a list of our sports: baseball, basketball, cheer, cross country, football, golf, indoor and outdoor track and field, softball, women's lacrosse, women's soccer, women's tennis, and women's volleyball. Other attractions and amenities at Missouri Western. We have about 723 acres of land here at Missouri Western. And so walking trails, swimming pool, Baker Fitness Center, summer home of the Kansas City Chiefs training camp. We have the planetarium, theater, Frisbee golf course, on-campus health center, and a center for academic support. Res Life, there's 6 residence halls. They're all apartment style suites, no community bathrooms. Our policy is if you live more than 50 miles, you're required to live on campus your freshman year. There is living learning communities. We have 24-hour security, free cable, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, plenty of parking, and 9 different eating locations. Cost of attendance for the full year in-state Griffin rate is $7,452. That's for 15 credit hours per semester. In-state Griffin rate inclusive is about $16,392. That would include tuition fees, room and board. So that price could go up or down. Scholarships, you'll receive a scholarship based on your GPA alone, and you are accepted based on your GPA alone. So You'll get that freshman award each year. If you maintain a 2.0 GPA, it grows each year for every 30 credits you complete. So when you go from freshman to sophomore year, it will grow $1,000, and from sophomore to junior year, an additional $500, and from junior year to senior year, an additional $500. So that's an additional $2,000 on top of your freshman scholarship. And we will also award you $100 for every point over the ACT. So if you have taken the ACT, we will give you that upgrade. And this is what the grid looks like. It's also on our financial aid page. I'm done. No application fee. You can apply online, and we are test optional. Thank you, Jay.
Awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate that there. And we are going to move right along then to Newman University.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I accidentally raised my hand. I do that every time I have a StriveScan presentation, I promise. But my name is Emily Lurkin. I'm an admissions counselor at Newman University. I'm also part of the Newman class of 2020. So I graduated during the pandemic. If I can, you can too, I promise. With 2 degrees, one in communication journalism and one in theater. During my time at Newman, I was student body president. I was involved in our newspaper called The Vantage, and I was also in the honors program. A little bit more about Newman. So we are a small liberal arts college. We have about 1,200 undergraduate students, which I really enjoyed because I could walk across campus and see someone I knew, see a friendly face. Not the kind of school that I really wanted to go to. We also have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're not going to get lost in the crowd. I know it's kind of cliche, but you're not just going to be a number here at Newman. Your professors are going to know your name, where you're from, what your goals are. If you have any cats or dogs at home, they're going to want to know their names too and see pictures. So it's definitely that close-knit community. We also have an average class size of 18. So you're definitely going to be able to build those connections with your peers that hopefully can help you later on in life. We are located in Wichita, Kansas, which is actually Kansas's largest city by population. I come from a really small town right outside Kansas City. So it was really nice for me to come to Wichita because it's kind of that bigger city, but then Newman's kind of that smaller community. So you can make friends, but then you can go out and actually do things, which is kind of nice. We are a Catholic college, but you are not required to be Catholic. Only 41% of our students are Catholic. We don't require chapel hours or anything like that. So we are definitely inclusive. We are known for a few things. First off, our students have 20% less college loan debt than the national average. For me, financials were huge. I didn't have like a college fund or anything. And so I really worried about financials. And so I really found a home here in Newman from that. Also, 71% of our students are employed in their field of study upon graduation versus the national average of 27. That was huge for me. I'm not just recruiting you to be a Newman student, I'm recruiting you to be a Newman graduate who can go out and get a job in a field that you're passionate about. So you wake up every morning and you feel like you're transforming society, like our mission says. A lot of our students will get jobs by April or March of their senior year. I got this job literally a week before COVID ended the world. So definitely some good stuff there. We also focus on community service and leadership. We have 40 plus undergraduate programs. Some of our biggest ones are biology pre-med, nursing and allied health, education, because that's what we were founded on, and business administration. We also have 11 pre-professional programs. So some of the most famous ones are pre-physical therapy, pre-law, and pre-medicine. We also have a good acceptance rate. So we were the first school in Kansas to become test optional. So we did that back in 2019. So we only need your high school transcript to accept you. We don't need your ACT score just to accept you. And we also recruit for fit. So I'm gonna really make sure that Newman's the right fit for you and that you're the right fit for Newman. We are affordable. So we do actually have a free application. Back when I was applying, I applied to 19 different schools and not all of them were free and it got a little pricey. So it's definitely a benefit there. And we also give generous scholarships. So 99% of our students receive financial assistance, whether that's a grant or our first-time student scholarships that all of our first-time students who are accepted receive, anywhere from $12,000 to $16,000. We usually go off your GPA, but if you have an ACT that's higher, we'll go off of that. We just want to make sure we can get you the most money as possible. We also have special scholarships. So if you're a junior or below, these would apply to you. We have our St. Newman Scholarship for full tuition. These are given to 5 students each year. So definitely a little bit more selective, but definitely a great deal there. We also have our ASC Community Leader Scholarship, which is named from the ASC sisters that founded us. And it's community service and leadership based. And you just need a 3.0 GPA and that track record of service to be able to be eligible for that scholarship. We also have scholarships based off of interest. So if you're looking into art, theater, music, we have scholarships for all of those. And also the honors program, which I love, but I'm a little biased because I was in it. So we also have athletic scholarships. We are the only private NCAA Division II college in Kansas. So we are also an MIAA. So we play schools like Missouri Western, Emporia State, Washburn. It's definitely great to like build those rivalries. It's super fun. We have 18 different athletic teams, including being the only private triathlon team in Kansas. So definitely some good stuff there. One thing I would recommend of anything you could do, whether you live on campus, off campus, wherever you're from, is to get involved. So we have over 35 different clubs and organizations to get involved in, over 375 different events on campus. One of the things I really loved about Newman is that you don't have to be just the girl that plays tennis or the girl that does journalism. You can be a wide variety of things. And that's kind of what college is about, is kind of figuring out what you want to do and who you want to be. So I really love that about Newman. We also have a few new programs like Navigator. It's your supercharged support system to help guide you to success. So it's kind of your Newman GPS. So it has 4 different pillars. First one's leadership development. Then we have a personalized career path, hands-on learning, and a dedicated support team, including an alumni mentor. We also have our First to Go program, which is set to empower first-generation college students like myself to turn your dream of graduating college into a reality. This is really great. We learned that a lot of our students would drop out of college, or a lot of people that would drop out of college would do so because they didn't feel like they had enough support. And so we definitely want to make sure that our students have that support and that we can really help guide them so they can really transform society like our mission says. So that's kind of everything I have for today. One thing I would recommend, if you are looking toward Newman, you can apply at apply.newmanu.edu, and I will put some links in the chat to contact me. Text me, please. I love texting. It's the best. So definitely do that. And also I'll put how to set up visits in there as well. So thank you so much for this opportunity and have a great evening.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily. We are going to move on to our final presentation of the evening with Peru State College. Come on up, Austin.
All right. Hello, everyone. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Austin, and I work at the Peru State College Admissions Office, and I've been here in this role for 6 years. My brother and father both graduated from Peru State, so I have some proud history here on this campus. I thought the first thing I would do is bring up a map here of our institution to show everyone where we are located. We are located in Southeast Nebraska. We're about 2 hours away from downtown Kansas City and also an hour away from Omaha and Lincoln. We're kind of in a unique position where we're in the southeast corner of the state of Nebraska, where we're close to 4 states, all here in this small little area: Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri. It's because of that where we don't have any out-of-state tuition for anyone. Even if you're an international student, we don't charge out-of-state tuition, so that's kind of fun as well. We're a small campus, but we would welcome you or anyone to come visit. We have campus visits rolling Monday through Friday at 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. in person. We've had in-person visits since the fall semester, but we also offer virtual visits Monday through Friday at 3 o'clock if you'd like to join us virtually as well. So next, I would like to kind of talk about just the admissions process of Peru State. We are an open enrollment institution. That means we do not require a minimum ACT or GPA to be admitted. In fact, we no longer require an ACT for admission purposes or even for most of our scholarships anymore. I'll talk about scholarships in a second, but for students to be admitted, you would just need to apply, and our application is free, and then have a school counselor send us your transcript, and that's it. If you are a junior in high school, our application will become available to students on August 1st. of this year. So let's talk about our costs and scholarships. On the top left-hand side there, you can kind of see our costs for 2021. We're very excited to share that the housing and meal plan costs are not going to go up for next year. And at the bottom left-hand side of that page, you can see the One Rate Any State logo. Just reiterating, we do not have out-of-state tuition for out-of-state students. That does not exist here on our campus. These Invest in Success Awards are kind of fun. I like to think of these as guaranteed academic scholarships. It's pretty much read them and weep. It's based off of your GPA. Whatever your GPA is, as long as it's above a 2.7, if you apply and get your transcript in, we're going to look at what your GPA is and you'll get a Success Award. And the idea behind the Success Awards is we've done a lot of research and we found that a successful student at Peru State College has a really good GPA, but they may not have the ACT score that they're looking for. So our awards are solely based off of the student's GPA. We do not need an ACT score requirement for that. Also, students interested in the fields of education, criminal justice, and business can take advantage of what is known as the Nebraska Career Scholarship. The state of Nebraska is trying to get students excited about those three different fields. So they went and they created a scholarship that comes through the state of Nebraska government. We can actually provide those scholarships for students. If you look at the Invest in Success Awards, in a lot of cases, if you are interested in one of those three areas of study, your scholarship could double. Please contact me more for that information. All right, so let's go ahead and start all the way over here and just talk about some of the basic facts of Peru State. You can see our three different schools here that we offer on our campus is the School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Professional Studies, and then the School of Education. One thing that really kind of jumps out on this page is the no classes on Fridays. That becomes kind of a fun thing for our students here. If you can make it to Thursday tomorrow, that's really what we like to call a Peru Friday. So our class schedule goes Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. We drop off that Friday class schedule. And the reason for that is really to help out two student populations. One is our School of Education students that might want to do student teaching or practicum on a Friday. And also we have a pretty large student body that are athletes. So if you're traveling on a Friday to play a game, it fits just well for your schedule. We're a small campus. We have just over 900 students on campus. Yes, we are a four-year college, but we are the smallest one out of the three state colleges here. And you can see it says there 19 is your average class size. Last year it was 17. So your professors are really going to get to know you well. All right. So next, we have really great facilities on campus. We are Nebraska's first and oldest campus. So we have some fairly old buildings here. But in the last decade, we've invested over $85 million in our infrastructure. And for a small campus, $85 million is a lot of good for campus. And you can see here that our residence halls are some of those facilities that have been renovated recently. We have 45 different clubs and student organizations. I think throughout the presentations, a lot of these presenters mentioned how important it is to get involved with that process. Also, we offer varsity athletic programs too. They're on page 7. You can see the different varsity programs we offer. And that's it. That's all I have for y'all. Thank you for joining me here with this presentation.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Austin. I'm actually now going to share my own screen and ask all of our presenters here to come on up for a second, answer these questions here in the order in which we presented. But the question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Being the professionals that you are, we would love to just hear each of your individual perspectives on that. So Nebraska Wesleyan, what do you have to say here?
Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I've thought about this question a lot, and I would always encourage you guys and any student just to cast a wide net. Never be turned off based on what the direct cost might be, because honestly, you never know what the university might cost until you file the FAFSA, which is open on October 1st of this year. So you really never know until you go through the process of filing the FAFSA, applying to the college, and then getting your financial aid award in terms of how much it might cost. So, you know, just cast a wide net and just be open to anything.
Great, thanks. And Highland, what do you have to say here?
That is great advice. And just to go off of that, I completely agree with her. And to definitely visit those schools as much as possible. And I know too, because of the pandemic, a lot of schools are allowing more virtual visits. We've all tried to be more creative with that. And so we're really able to show you more of our campus from afar. So like she said, cast a wide net and then go visit what you can. And if you can't in person, definitely reach out to them and see what you can do to see those campuses, or even maybe you can meet some other students virtually, whatever it might be, that's going to help you see who are these people that go there? Are they kind of like me? Or if you want people who are not like you, that's great too. And you're going to be able to see that when you start to talk to them and get to know them a little bit more. So Jackie was great. Second that.
Thanks, Taylor. And Baker University.
Yeah, I have a quick 1, 2, 3. So make a list of things that are important to you in your college search. Visit the schools that fit your list, and don't be afraid to change your mind.
Definitely, definitely. Missouri Western, what do you have to say here?
Okay, I'm going to piggyback on everyone else. Visit campus, okay? It's nothing like visiting that campus. I had in my mind in high school, the college that I wanted to go to, and when I visited, it didn't feel right, So make sure you visit the campus. Number 2, ask questions. I know you're used to your parents advocating for you. Learn to become your own advocate. Ask lots of questions. There are no bad questions. The only bad questions are the ones you don't ask, okay? So ask afraid, ask scared, but ask, okay? And next, make a list of the top 5 things you're looking for in a college or a university, even if it's the residence hall, even if it's food services. You want to be comfortable when you're away from home. So make your list, and that will help streamline your search. Thanks.
Great. Newman University.
Well, I feel like I have to piggyback off what other people said too, because what I was going to say and what really helped me in my college search just a few years ago was making a list of deal breakers, like things that a college needs to have for you to be able to consider them seriously. So whether that's having a specific major, or having a suite style dorm like we have, which is really nice, or having like not having to share a bathroom with someone, or having a specific intramural or a specific sport, or being D2, whatever it is, making a specific list of your deal breakers so that you don't necessarily waste time on colleges that aren't going to be the right fit for you. That's okay. It's okay. And
you muted yourself there. Emily.
It's fine. Sorry. But yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, we're good.
Great. And Peru State, can you finish us off with your advice here?
Yeah, I just have 2 bits of advice. And I think for many students, finding the right institution comes down to 2 things. The first thing is, does it feel right to you? You're not going to know if an institution feels right to you if you don't visit in some sort of capacity. So number 1, is the feel right. Number 2, at the end of that process of visiting hopefully multiple colleges, you'll say, is the money right? With the FAFSA packaging and the scholarships and all that different type of stuff, you can say, okay, this institution X costs this much, institution Y costs this much, but I feel like I better fit at this place. And so you want to kind of get those 2 things together and then make your final decision.
Great. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate that. We are going to go ahead and close out here now for the evening. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who is watching live, to anyone watching the recording, and to all 6 of you for being our presenters here. That was fantastic. Really appreciate your time and support here. For all of our attendees, when you close out of this window, there will be a short 4-question survey. Us at StriveScan would love your feedback and just how we can be better for you and all the things you're doing with us. Also, like we said before, this is just one of many sessions. You can sign up for more tomorrow, and this recording will be available for you within about 1 week if you need to follow up with any of our presenters or get some lost information. That can be found at strivescan.com/Missouri. And I'm going to close this out here, and you have a great night. Bye now.